age.
At age what?
Somewhere 2-3 years thereabouts.
Okay.
I started my schooling somewhere 1986, 87 thereabouts. And really, in those days, I saw the school to be just a joking place or a recreational place.
Like a playground.
Yes, like a playground.
Okay.
I did not see education to be something that
something meaningful.
And one day would help me.
Okay.
Until something occurred in 1996, somewhere June, July there.
So your primary education, when did you complete your basic education specifically?
Yeah, that is 1996.
1996, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And something tragic happened.
Okay.
And that really turned a new leaf in my life.
Okay.
Because just as I was saying, I said I saw education to be a recreational something, and I did not see my future in education.
Okay.
Until something tragic happened. And how did it happen? Somewhere 1996 thereabout, which was my year of completion, the boys' dormitory was renovated. So we were asked to be sent to the craft block. So we, the boys, were staying there, and that block was that large to an extent that sweeping it was a problem. And normally we are trained to sweep our rooms. So when we were sent there, automatically we should sweep there.
So you, the visually impaired, were supposed to be sweeping the place?
Not that we were supposed to be sweeping the, but we are trained
to
sweep.
Okay.
So as I'm sitting here with you, I can sweep here.
Okay.
Okay. So there was this teacher known as KK Apia, Kwame Kulchof Apia, who was my science teacher as at then.
Okay.
So when we were sent there, there was this cleaner. Currently, she's at Waha School for the Deaf as a cook.
Okay.
But she was a laborer there as at then, and she was sweeping that department. So when we were sent to that department, it was now termed as a dormitory.
Okay.
So that means that she can no longer sweep there, but the house mother was to come and supervise or sweep the place. So the teacher came and asked us to sweep the place, and I was a senior then. I wasn't to sweep, but I was to supervise the sweeping. But those who were to sweep complained that the room was that large to the extent that they cannot sweep it, because you sweep one side and the other side will be left dirty. So they need somebody to guide them sweep. So one young Augustine, being my mate, and I was asked to go and tell the senior house mother, who was one Genevieve. She's now on retirement, to get a house mother or two to come and guide them sweep the place. So when we went to the house mother, I did the talking anyway. So after having reported the incident to her, she said she preferred going to the one market to carry the market woman load there for a fee than to come and help us sweep the place. In fact, although it looked insulting because she's being employed and paid for, but I did not utter a word. Likewise, my colleague, we left. And it was a norm in the school that when you are fasting, you don't go to the hall. So it was a fasting season. So on that
you don't go to the dining hall?
Yes.
Okay.
So it was also on a fasting day, so I did not also go to the hall for breakfast. So not knowing that the senior housemaster house mother rather went and reported that incident to Mr. Kwame Kulcho of Apia, and he was on duty as at then. So when they rang bell for the breakfast, he went there and I was not there. So he sent for me and I went. What he told me was that he was going to cane me 64 lashes. I said, okay, no, I have no problem of receiving the 64 lashes, but I want to know my crime first. He told me before he could tell me my crime, he have to lash me. So I questioned him, do you enjoy lashing me because you just want to lash me, or I've committed a crime and that warranted that punishment?
Okay.
He told me I've committed a crime and that warranted that punishment. I said, now if that is the case, then it is better you let me know my crime first.
So eventually, did he tell you the crime?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Now, what was the crime?
That the crime was that I insulted a house mother.
Okay.
A senior house mother, of course.
Okay.
So I said, what was the insult? He said he has to administer the punishment first before he tells me the insult I rained on her. I said, okay, no problem. He lashed me. The instruction was that if he should start the lashing and I use my hand at where he's lashing, he's going to start afresh.
Okay.
So I said, no problem. So he gave me 32 Ks and I was holding a pillar
while
he was lashing me. So when he got to the 32 sort of caning, he said it was okay, and I said no. He told me he was going to lash me 64, and I was ready to receive the 64.
So he should add it.
So he should continue with the 32 to make it 64, or else God wouldn't forgive him. So he got furious and said, I've insulted him. I said, oh,
so
no.
That was what you told him?
Yes. I said, no, I'm not insulting you because the crime you even said I've committed, I did not commit it. But because you have an interest in what the woman told you, you indeed want to punish me. So complete it so that I know I have undergone the punishment you want to do. So he said it was okay. So I said if he did not continue, God will forgive him. So he said that if that is what I said, then I should never attend his class. Somebody in year 3 and was to write as a day. I think it was in September, yeah.
So you were in your final year then when this incident happened? Okay.
And he told me that nonetheless, as he asked me of not attending his class, but even if he should finish his class and I should hear his voice on the veranda, I should not dare come round. He should move from the veranda before I attend the next.
So when this happened, did you report to the school authorities, the head?
Yes, I did. As at then, his uncle, one Mr. Fako, was his uncle. He was then the acting headmaster because our late headmaster, Mr. Dubake, was he has traveled to US. So I have nobody to report than him. So I reported the incident to that Mr. Fako, and he did nothing to it. He only told me to obey what he told me to do. I reported it to the other teachers, but they could not also help me. So I have to endure that things. So to be sincere, after having
so does it mean that anytime his class was due, you were not allowed in?
Yes. And even if his lesson is over, I have to wait till he's gone totally, finally off from the block before I can move into the next lesson. So in fact, it frustrated me to an extent that I failed.
You failed in his paper?
I failed totally, not only in his paper.
In all the subjects?
Because I was demoralized.
Okay. It means you were affected psychologically?
Yes. And what I plan of doing is that I said I'll go back to school, find a better job, and sue KK Apia to court for having abused my right. Because I realized he have really abused my right. So I left, and when the headmaster came, he heard of the incident. I even told my parents to let me come back to one Methodist school for a plan. But I said no, I wouldn't go that day. So I left.
So that you could resit.
Sit, yes.
And write the basic
yes.
education examination.
So I said no. I thanked him and said no, I don't want that. So I went to the Kropong School for the Blind, 1997, and completed 98.
When you went there, what class were
I
you
was in year 2. I was allowed to join year 2.
Okay.
And I completed 1998. And then attended one secondary school in 1999.
Okay.
And completed 2001.
Okay.
And I had the paper to rewrite. So I attended Jahan 2003.
Okay.
Completed 2006.
That's Jahan Training College.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I completed the training college, I was furious to search for KK Apia to sue him.
So it means all this while it was still on your mind.
Yes. I tried as much as I can, but I couldn't get his contact until I got to University of Education. I had his number when I was in 3rd year. I even started the process, but something tremendous occurred. I sat down one day and a student was crying. A student of university practice school was crying why he had failed. So I reflected mine and I said, although Apia mind was to punish me and blah 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 blah, but in a way I realized he felt me, because if this didn't happen, I saw education to be a recreational something. Maybe I would have been on the street begging. So why should we see it as a blessing in disguise?
Rather than going after him. Okay.
To sue him for that. I know a whole lot of people have gone through my situation, probably did not even get to this level because of that such frustration. My parents were determined, and they were able to change school for me, and I've gotten to this one. But some people might not even get that opportunity. But thank God I've had that opportunity. But should I sue him? Why wouldn't I look at the other coin too? Because if that didn't have happened, at least the early mind was that, it was just a recreational something, let me just go play. And in fact, as at then, the school was lovely.
So it means that his action rather inspired you,
yes,
to seek knowledge,
yes,
and become somebody in the future.
Yes. So if I was to be on street begging, currently I'm having 2 children with a wife. Praying that I should even get a wife and a